Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to our September 19th Newton County Board of Education meeting, which is a combined meeting, work session, our regular meeting. At this time, I'd like for everyone to bow their heads for moments of silence, please. Thank you. Pledge allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Fury, I understand we have some special recognition.
Yes, sir, Mr. Turner, we sure do. Tonight, we have in attendance several high school students who have recently earned recognition as a 2017 AP Scholar. If you'll recall, we had so many students attain the honor that we had to separate our recognition into 3 meetings. Tonight, we will recognize those students from Alcovy, Newton High School, Alanis, the Alanis program, and the STEM Institute who received this very prestigious designation. To earn AP Scholar status, students must complete 3 or more AP exams with scores of 3 or higher. Students, when I call your name, please come forward to accept your certificate from Mr. Turner. Cedric Benton. Cedric is a senior at Alcovy High School, and he was named a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Cedric. Katie Bryans. Katie is a senior at Alcovy High School, and she is a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Katie. James Cato. James is a 12th grade student at Alcovy High School and the Newton College and Career Academy STEM Institute, and he was named a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, James. Glenessa Hodge. Glenessa is a senior at Alcovy High School and a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Glenessa. Nala McCamey, or is it McCamey? McCamey. Nala McCamey. Nala is a junior at the Academy of Liberal Arts at Newton High School, and she too was named a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Nala. Alexander Lowe. Uh-oh. Alexander is a senior at Newton High School and the NCCA STEM Institute, and he too is a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Alex. Jessica Books. Jessica is a senior at Newton High School and the Newton College and Career Academy STEM Institute, and she was named a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Jessica. Casey Roberson. Or is it Robertson? Okay, Casey Robertson. Casey is a senior at the Academy of Liberal Arts at Newton High School, and he was named a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Casey. Peyton Thompson. Peyton is a senior at Newton High School, and she is a 2017 AP Scholar. Congratulations, Peyton. We also had 2 students attain AP Scholar status who were unable to attend this evening's meeting. They are Walker Edmondson from Alcovy High School and Anthony Fidesz from Newton High School and the Newton College and Career Academy STEM Institute. At this time, I would like for everyone to congratulate all of our 2017 AP Scholars for attaining this very prestigious designation. It's important to note that they still have this school year to attain a similar or higher designation with the work that they're doing now in their classes. Thank you, students, for your hard work. Attaining the AP Scholar status is certainly something to be proud of, and really a remarkable accomplishment. Just to reiterate how proud we are of you and the work that you do. So congratulations again. Mr. Turner, this concludes our recognition for this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Fury. I would like for the parents and other relatives that is in attendance, please stay in place. On behalf of the superintendent, Ms. Fury, and the other board members, we'd like to thank you for the support that you've given these students through the years in order to make their educational life and success. And we just want to thank you for that support, for your support. And we'd like to give you all a great big round of applause. Thank you. We're at a point on our agenda that I know you all want to stay and watch the rest of the meeting, but if you have something else that you have planned to do, now would be a good time for you to leave, and we'll completely understand.
Yes. That's right. Yes. Oh, what's happening? Sherry.
I understand we have a group of Boy Scouts here. If someone don't mind, would you please stand, and so we can recognize you all and let us know what troop you represent.
So we do have two fine young scouts here from Troop 222 here in Covington.
Yeah.
The troop has been active for about 80 years here in Covington. We meet at Academy Springs in the Scout Hut down there. So Jerry Aldridge is our scoutmaster. And so these two young boys are working on their communication merit badge. It is Eagle required, so they must attend a school board or a city meeting, and we chose school board. Thank you for having us this evening.
Great. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for being here.
Ms. Fury, I don't believe we have any public participation. Having none, we'll move. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Baker. Any concerns or questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same, motion carries. Superintendent's report operations.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Superintendent Fury, have our operations reports. Just going to give you a few items of note for this month, for the month of September 2017. The special purpose local option sales tax SPLOST 4 distribution for July was $1,015,000, which is an increase of $11,759 from the previous month. The average for the first 30 months of the SPLOST 4 collections is $918,000. The monthly average for SPLOST 3 was $881,000. And the title ad valorem tax collection for July was $38,343. Procurement, item 3. The Procurement Department was awarded the 22nd Annual Achievement of Excellence in Procurement Award for 2017 from the National Purchasing Institute. The award recognizes excellence in procurement by measuring organizations against standardized benchmarks that represent best practices within the profession. The Newton County School System was one of 6 school systems in Georgia and one of only 27 school systems throughout the United States and Canada to receive the award for 2017. This is the 6th consecutive year the Procurement Department has received the AEP award. If you don't mind, please join me in a round of applause for Dr. Barr's team with procurement. Two other items in school nutrition. Item 1, in August, 177,000 breakfast meals were served, and in August, 340,000 lunches were served. So again, that department is also full steam ahead. That concludes the operations report. unless there are questions.
Any question? Item B.
Item B, this is our Curriculum Instruction Technology CIT report. I want to draw your attention to item number 2. August was an exciting month for the technology department as they hosted 2 instructional training boot camps for the school technical assistants and innovative leaders of tomorrow. Both boot camps trained these technology leaders on Microsoft, Google, and Prometheus class flow. The ILTs completed an intensive Microsoft certification program and are now recognized as Microsoft Innovative Educators. Upon completion of this program, the ILTs were presented with a Microsoft Surface Pro tablet that they will use to enhance teaching and learning in their classrooms. The next item to bring to your attention is item number 5 on page 3. All Title I schools have updated their Title I plans to address the identified academic needs. Each school will implement strategies to increase student achievement and enhance effective teaching practices. Schools will use Title I funds to purchase staff, supplies, materials, services, and interventions to support learning in the classroom. These initiatives will be monitored ongoing and evaluated at the end of the school year to determine effectiveness. And I believe Dr. Thomas will be up to share with you some of those items in just a moment. Last thing to bring to your attention is on page 4, item 12. Rise Academy had a successful first month. Currently, 40 high school students and 13 middle school students are enrolled. 10 students are participating in the LEAP program through Georgia Tech. They will travel to Georgia Tech on September 7th to participate in a course completion recognition, campus tour, and lunch. Several students are working part-time jobs before or after school. 5 students have completed 1 credit recovery course already, and the students participated in building their own outdoor classroom. The building process included team building activities, math lessons, and science lessons. 25 students it says will be participating, but they did participate in the Covington Fuzz Run on September 9th. So we're really excited about the work that's going on there. And so that concludes our CIT report, unless there are any questions.
I have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Item 12,
Yes.
we have the base number of kids is 100. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Looking at that display here, we have 40, 53 total, no, 63. What kind of adjustments have we made downward to accommodate the workforce, making sure they are dispatched accordingly, if you will?
I don't think we actually hired all of the people.
Right,
We've
I believe
only
we have at
hired
least-
as needed. So we don't have, everyone that's budgeted is not hired yet. There's not a need right now.
So we'll see that asterisk in the budget then?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
Thank you.
fraction.
Yes, sir. And are there any other questions?
Any other question?
Okay, enrollment report. Enrollment report, as of September 7th, 19,629 students are present at this time. This same time last year, we were at 19,564, so that's an increase of 65 students at this time.
Thank you.
And at this time, I believe we'll have a presentation by Ms. Dina Sams.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board.
Good evening.
Good evening. I am going to be sharing our 2016-2017 21st Century Program results. All right. So as a reminder, I always include just a couple of photos of our students just so that you can see just some of the activities that they participated in this year, this past school year. A reminder of who we serve. Our students come to us because they're generally academically behind. We look for students who did not do well on our state standardized test. We also look for students who are in high school who are behind on their credits. We're looking at other factors such as retention, students who have been retained or are in foster care or have been identified as homeless. A couple of our demographics. As you can see here, each grant we were to serve individually. They were, ASAP 1, we were targeted to serve 150 students. About half of those were female, half were male. The majority of those students were African American, and then 89% of them were qualified for free reduced lunch. For ASAP 2, and the schools are listed right below there, so you can know who I'm referring to as I refer to the grants. Again, our target number was 150. We served a total of 267 students. Again, about an even split as it relates to male and female. Majority of them were African American students, and then 91% of those were free reduced lunch. ASAP 3, we had a target of 150, 281 students served. Again, about an even split, a few more female than male, and then majority of them black, and then 86% of those students were qualified for free reduced lunch. And then finally, ASAP 4, which is our grant that ended this past June. We were to serve 250 students. We served a total of 448, half and half, male, female, and then 80% of those, 85% were African American, so majority African American students served, and then 80% on free and reduced lunch. A reminder of what we do in our programs. We focus on core academic areas. We're looking at remediation, tutoring, as well as credit recovery. We also help them with their homework. We focus on their behavior, their work habits, so we do some character education, leadership skills there. And then we're looking at, we offer a variety of enrichment activities, some that you see there pictured, as well as field trips. And then we offer support to the families, just want to make sure that our families are engaged in the process. So here are our results. We have 4 broad goals, and I'm only going to be, for the first section of this, I'm going to be reporting on ASAP 1, 2, and 3. And that is because ASAP 4, their objectives are slightly different. But our broad goal, first broad goal, is to improve the academic performance of our students, and we're looking at reading, English language arts, mathematics, and science. Our first goal was to look at their test scores, and we wanted at least 50% of those students to meet or exceed state standards in reading, English language arts. ASAP 1, we met the standard with 77.5%. ASAP 2, 60.9%, and ASAP 3, 68.4%. The second objective looked at their grades, same area, reading, English language arts. We met the objective with 96.2%. ASAP 2 was 71.1%, and then ASAP 3 was 75.4%. Our third objective, we were looking at their test scores in math. We again met the objective there, 62.5%, 61.3%, and 70.3%. We're looking at their math grades in objective 4, 91.7%, 69.6%, and 88.4%. Science, we fell a little bit short on in ASAP 2. We were hoping to have at least 50% of our students meet the standards or exceed the standards in science, and we ended at 52.4% for ASAP 1, 45.2%, and 45.5% for ASAP 3. Our sixth objective, we were looking at their science grades. We met the standards in our science grades, 89%, 69.5%, and 93.8%. And then the last goal we were looking at in the last objective, that we were focusing on in the academic section is we were wanting at least 55% of our high school students to recover their credits. And ASAP 1, which includes Newton High School, had 60% of their students complete the objective. And then ASAP 3, which includes Eastside High School, had 100% of their students meet the objective. Okay, our second goal is to look at their behavior, work habits. This one is measured by our day teachers. Our day teachers actually complete a survey and send the results back to the evaluator. Our first objective focused on homework completion and acceptable level, meaning it was acceptable to the teacher. ASAP 1, we had 83.3% of our teachers stated that our students were completing their homework, and then 84.7% of them said that it was to their satisfaction. In ASAP 2, it was 85.1 in both completion and acceptance. In ASAP 3, it was 93.3% and 94.1%. So we met the objective there in all three of those areas. The second objective focused on their participation, their class participation. Again, we're focusing on them going into class. We're not just focusing on what they're doing in after school. By doing all the character education and leadership, we're hoping that translates back to the regular classroom. So the teachers stated that at 78.5% of our students in ASAP 1 met the objective, 89.6 in ASAP 2, and 89.9 in ASAP 3. And then finally, in goal 2, our third objective was looking at their behavior. 72.9% of our teachers felt that the behavior had improved in ASAP 1, and then ASAP 2, 82.1, and then ASAP 3, 78.2. Going the wrong way. Okay, our third goal focused on, again, offering the enrichment and giving them, taking learning beyond the classroom. So we said that we would look at the students and how they were responding to the enrichment activities that we had. So we actually gave the students a survey to measure this one. And so our students told us if they had an increased appreciation of the arts, recreation, fitness, as well as our field trips. So the first one looked at the arts, recreation, and fitness. And as you can see there, we met the objective in all three, 88.8, 92.9, 94.4, 90.3, 88.8, 93.3, 92, 91, and 90.7. Our second objective, we were looking at field trips, making sure, again, that we extend the learning beyond the classroom. So the students felt that the field trips were beneficial to them. 89.9 of them were happy with the field trips and felt that it increased their learning, 96.2%, and then 91%. Our fourth goal focused on families. We wanted to make sure our families were engaged in the process, so we wanted them to volunteer as well as attend the meetings. So the first objective looked at how many of them actually came and volunteered at least twice. ASAP 1 ended at 58%, ASAP 2, 57%, and then 62% for ASAP 3. Our second objective looked at them attending the parent workshops. So we offer a variety of parent workshops to give them an opportunity to become more engaged and to learn more about what we're doing in the program as well as what their students are learning in school. 62% of our parents came to at least 2 meetings, 73%, and then 69%. And then our final objective here was to, we wanted the parents to tell us if they felt, as a result of coming to our sessions, they felt they were better prepared and armed to be able to help their children better at home. And so we surveyed the parents, the evaluator surveyed the parents, and 90.9% of them stated that they felt that they could better help their children at home and that the program was beneficial in helping their children as well as them. 90.2% in ASAP 2, and then 86.5%. Sorry, I keep going the wrong way. Okay, so ASAP 4 has pretty much the same objectives, so I'm not going to repeat them. The only difference in ASAP 4 objectives is that science was not broken out as an individual objective. It's actually included in in with the enrichment portion of the objectives. So this one covers Alcovey High, Clements, Cousins, Liberty Middle School, and Veterans, which is the grant that ended this past June. Again, we were looking at their state test scores. 67.2% met in English and reading language arts. In their grades, 73.5%. And then in mathematics on the state test, it was 68.5%, and then 63.3% in their grades. And then again, we were looking at credit recovery for our high school students. The students at Alcovey High School, 87.5% successfully recovered their credits. The second objective, again, was one that was completed by day teachers. It was 88.3 felt that the students completed their homework to their satisfaction, and then 85.4% said that it was completed to their satisfaction. The first one was actually that they completed the homework. And then the second one, again, looking at their participation in class, 86.6% feedback on that one. And then the third one, which was the final one in our goal, second goal, was 87.4% felt that the behavior had improved. Third goal, again, the science. We fell short there, 47.1%. And then the 3.2 was, again, looking at the student feedback in the areas of art, science, recreation, and fitness. And we met the objective in each one of those areas as listed there. The fourth and final objective was that we stated that we would offer a minimum of 5 parent education opportunities for our parents. And that was per site, and we successfully did that. We met that objective by offering 35 events. And then 4.2, we again wanted the parents to attend at least 2 meetings, and 78.5% of them attended 2 meetings or more. And then the final objective there was 92.1% of our parents reported greater success of working with their children as a result of being a part of our activities. So a couple of recommendations that our evaluator made. Our evaluator is Dr. Mike Metzler. He suggested that we integrate our academic content with physical activity. And so we began to do that. We're doing more of the geomotion. We're doing more of, actually with our piano, we're doing a math with the piano. So they actually have to solve the math problems in order to know how to learn how to play the song. So we're doing some real creative things, just trying to incorporate more movement into the instruction, the academic components of the program. And then the final recommendation he made was that we would switching up the programming some so that the students and the staff don't get, it's not regimented. They get to actually do things differently from time to time. And so he suggested that we don't want to become stale. So we want to make sure we just kind of keep it fresh for the students and staff. And that is it. Are there any questions? So one last thing that I wanted to tell you is that we do have, we were able to successfully get 2 additional grants. So the grant that ended this year, those sites actually continue. And we also picked up Herd Mixon in those grants. So we have 5 grants now, 21st century grants.
Great.
So.
Good.
Mr. Turner?
Thank you very much.
May I say something?
Sure.
I just want to commend Ms. Sams and Dr. Garber because the 21st century after-school program funding was to be cut. And so the State Department told all school systems who were applying that only to apply for one grant because they would only fund one of them. And so Dr. Garber and Ms. Sams decided that it was just that important to apply for both grants, irrespective of what they were told. And fortunately, because they took the time and the effort that is required to write those grants, and it takes time and effort, the the dollars were appropriated for the second grant. And because our grants scored so high, both of them, we were among the school systems that actually had a second grant funded. So to be told at the state level to only apply for one and to say, no, we need two, we're going to apply for two, and do the work that's required of that is definitely commendable for both Ms. Sams and Dr. Garber. And so we owe you guys a great debt of gratitude. They're here really late at night, burning the midnight oil, trying to get those grants finished. And fortunately, because you did the work, we were able to have the second grant. So thank you for that hard work.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. So the enrollment report, operations report, and CIT report are all before you today for action.
I need a motion to accept the items under A and B as presented, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. We have no old business. We'll move to new business. Item A, Dr. Thomas.
Mr. Chair, board members, Madam Superintendent, good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
The superintendent recommends the approval of the attached 180-day school calendar for students and 190-day teacher calendar for the 2018-19 school year. Background. A representative from each school, along with the school and district level administrators, were solicited to develop the 2018-2019 school year calendar. The committee met and was polled in an effort to produce school calendar options, which reflect 190 teacher days and 180 student days. In addition, all employees, parents, and community members in the district had an opportunity to participate in an online survey allowing for review and voting of two options for the 2018-2019 school calendar. Option 1, which was calendar option 1, was the preferred calendar by the majority voting, which includes the following: August 1st as the first day of school, a full week for fall break, a full week for Thanksgiving break, 2 weeks for the winter holiday break, a midwinter break that is 4 days, and it wraps around the weekend, so it will consist of Thursday, Friday, the weekend, Monday and Tuesday, and Monday being President's Day, and a full week for spring break. This item has been presented to you for your consideration.
I need a motion to approve item A.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item B, Dr. Thomas.
The superintendent recommends the computers and support equipment needed for select schools to be purchased from Dell Marketing LP of Round Rock, Texas. Background. Individual schools are allowed the flexibility to use their allotted Title I funds in a way that supports and aligns with strategies identified in their Title I school-wide plan. Accordingly, select schools have chosen to invest in additional technology, which you see the laptops and the laptop carts, the charging stations. The school system will utilize a state of Georgia contract to procure the equipment. The schools and their associated costs have been presented to you, and the total cost is $238,138, and this cost will be paid for with budgeted FY18 Title I Part A school allocated funds.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item B.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item C.
The superintendent recommends the tablet computers and the support equipment needed for select schools to be purchased from Apple Inc. of Austin, Texas. And again, individual schools are allowed the flexibility using their Title I funds, and the purchase of the iPads is aligned to the strategies that are outlined in their school-wide Title I plan. And the school system will utilize the state of Georgia contract to procure the equipment. The schools and their associated costs are represented below, which you have, and the total cost for the purchase of the iPads and the charging stations is a total of $40,106.90, and the cost will be paid for with budgeted FY18 Title I Part A school allocated funds.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item C, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item D.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Item D, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreement between the Newton County School System and Ardor Health Solutions to provide speech services, occupational therapy, physical therapy, vision services, and deaf, hard of hearing services to students with disabilities in accordance with their individual education programs for the 17-18 school year. The district is responsible for obtaining, providing, or arranging for the provision of special education services as determined by the student's IEP. Newton County provides these services through contractual arrangements with outside agencies when the need for services for students with disabilities cannot be met through system employees. Hourly rates for contracted services are based on years of experience and level of degree obtained. NCSS is currently contracting with agencies to provide services for speech-language therapy and other related services as required by the student's IEP. The contractual agreement with Ardor Health Solutions is attached.
I need a motion to approve item D.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item E.
Item E, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached contractual agreement between the Newton County School System and Lynn Mordecai to provide services to students with and without disabilities in accordance to Child Find. The school system has an obligation under IDEA for Child Find to identify all students in the district, birth through 21, who are suspected of being a student with a disability. We will provide these services through a contractual agreement with Ms. Mordecai. She will work 6 days per month, totaling 49 days for this school year, with compensation of $400 per day. Total compensation will not exceed $19,600. Ms. Mordecai will submit an invoice for payment and will not be on payroll status with employee benefits. Funding for the contracted school psychologist position will be funded through FY18 federal IDEA flow-through funds. The agreement is attached.
Need a motion to approve item E.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you.
F.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the asset management software needed for the technology department to be purchased from FileWave of Fisher, Indiana. FileWave software will be utilized for managing, securing, asset tracking, and configuring of iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows clients. It's a layered and institutional model and configurator, provides seamless integration for app and provides profile development, resetting of passwords, data protection, remote wipe, inventory reporting, and more. The school system will utilize the contract managed by National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance to purchase the software. The pricing provided in the chart below, bringing the total to $63,872.25. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY18 general funds, and additional documentation is on file and available for review.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item F. Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item G.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In item G, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy. And that is item G for your consideration this evening.
Need a motion to approve item G, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item H.
In item H, the superintendent recommends the approval of a memorandum of understanding with the Community Arts Association in Newton County Incorporated. You have a considerable amount of background information there for your review for historical purposes. However, in summary, both parties desire to establish a new agreement to ensure this long-standing partnership continues to be of a benefit to students and to the community. The new agreement establishes mutual conditions and obligations for the parties. The term of the agreement is 10 years and will automatically renew for additional 10-year terms unless terminated by the other party. And you have the memorandum of understanding there for your review.
Need a motion to approve item H, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey.
Mr. Chair, I need to recuse myself from voting on this
Okay.
particular item.
Great, okay. So we have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or concern? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item I.
Item I, the superintendent recommends the approval of personnel recommendations made during the executive session.
Need a motion to approve item I, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same. Motion carries. Other matters of interest, Ms. Coggins?
I would like to say something about the RISE Academy. I've seen a lot of things going on social media, and it's all been positive. And I've had people out in the community come up to me and want to know how they can get involved with this program. I almost wish we could have some of the same programs at all of our schools. So just kudos to all those involved. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson?
Nothing.
Mr. Bailey? Ms. Baker?
I don't have anything tonight. Sorry.
I just have one thing, and that is to give thanks to the superintendent and the other people that was involved in trying to make those very hard decisions as to whether or not we should have school or not. I know it was a very hard decision, but I'm glad that everybody worked together and tried to decide what's best for our students and our faculty and teachers. So we're really, grateful for that. Ms. Fear, you have anything?
I do not, Mr. Chair. Yeah. We're just glad to be back at work. Everything's working well.
Okay, so I need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Johnson, second by Mr. Bailey. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. We stand adjourned.
I know. Yeah.
Most of them have come in here, it's already.
Yeah.
See, it was,
Yeah, I don't know.
because, let me see if I can do it. If we'll do it now.
I got another one for you.
Oh, okay, see, it's here. You see, it's coming up. But then when I get down to here, okay, now I go to the home page. And so I go to the home page, and then I go down here, and I go to financial report. Okay, it's going to do that. But watch when I go.